Hello, I'm Andrew Sachs-McLeod, Chief Executive Officer of FinanceFeeds, and today I'm here at Leverett's head office in Ramat Gan, Israel, and I'm joined by Jordana Barkats. Hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
And today we're going to talk about human resources in this industry, which is something which is a very interesting subject and certainly something which is not very often covered and not very often talked about. So today we're going to go into some detail a bit about how to hire the right kind of executive, especially in this very modern fintech orientated sector.
So I'm an HR manager at Leverett. We're a team of 3, which is actually a pretty high ratio compared to the industry because we really believe that our people are an important resource, and I don't like human resources, but the people are what make the company work. And the products we make are only as good as the people we have. My specialty within our department is to do hiring worldwide, in Hong Kong, in Shanghai, in Kiev, in Cyprus, in Berlin, in all of our worldwide offices, hopefully soon more to come. And I also, in addition, work with managers on managerial development and help maintain the training and meeting the development needs of our employees as well. I can tell you that assessing people is really part of my background. I'm a psychologist by training, and a social psychologist, which is not exactly therapy. It's more really assessing people and personality. I worked for a couple years in the IDF in organizational psychology, also doing assessments for special units.
Which is the Israeli army, the IDF is the Israeli army, right?
Correct, yeah. Correct. Doing assessments of soldiers and kind of seeing what were the needs of different army groups and who could meet those needs. And then working in various high-tech companies and making my way to Leverett. Based on that kind of training I've had, really when you hire people to a company, before you even look at their specific skills, obviously if they need to have a certain threshold of professionalism and of experience and of intelligence to do their job well, but above and beyond that, they need to fit the company culture and fit the company values and be creative and be agile in their outlook, because companies are always growing and always developing and the technologies are always changing. And most important to me, it's really to be fun, to be cool, to be somebody that I want to work with, that I want to spend my day next to them. I believe in that very strongly. I think that across the board in every technology, from high-tech to fintech to biotech, the rate of technology and the rate of changes in the industry, in our environment is speeding up. The changes are very, very rapid.
They are indeed, yes.
And at the end of the day, if you hire somebody with a certain set of knowledge, that knowledge may be obsolete in a year from now. And really the kind of people that can continually learn and continually grow and understand in a deep way the principles that underlie the knowledge and the needs of the companies and the clients, that's what I'm looking for. I have to say human resources is a very interesting field. We work a lot internally with all different levels in the organization and all different departments. I think we also have a very unique point of view. We have a lot of knowledge about from the very bottom and the people in the entry level, how they feel, and also the point of view of the middle management and the higher management. And a lot of our work is really to bridge some of the communication and some of the needs of all those different groups.
Yes.
We also work externally with external vendors, training vendors, a lot of candidates. If you think each position that's open, there's 100 candidates.
There must be, yes.
That want to join the company, and to go through and really investigate each one of them and try to assess their potential to fit the position in the company. We have a lot of interaction with external people as well.
Very interesting.
And I personally find it fascinating to be working globally. One of the things that I can add to that really fuels creativity is cross-pollination within an organization. So to understand very well what the next step would be as far as providing value to our clients, a lot of that comes from the bottom up. from the people that are speaking to the clients. And if they're empowered and they're able to communicate it through different levels and through different departments, and there's less siloing, then the flow of communication really brings added value in each direction.
Yes.
And allows people to bounce ideas off each other and be creative.
Yeah, certainly makes sense to me. And I think Leverett has become this is a recent thing with Leverett, has become such a comprehensive company in the research and development side of things. All of the server hosting and everything internal within the company has been the brainchild of a lot of the talent within the firm. And that kind of is relatively unique within large end-to-end solutions providers. I would call that the investment in human capital. Do you agree with that?
I agree with you completely, and that's really one of the reasons why I enjoy working here. It's a real pleasure, to work with people on a certain level with a certain edge, a certain sharpness. They surprise you with their ideas, and that to me, and encouraging that and growing that culture is really why I'm here. I think that also we have a caliber of people that, like almost as Steve Jobs said, you show them the possibilities and then they realize that they need it.
Yeah.
Companies need to hire people that are visionaries as well.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do indeed.
And sometimes companies do hire people that are visionaries, but don't give them the tools or the empowerment to really share their ideas and build their ideas within the framework that's allowed within the company. So that's not just hiring the right people, but really giving them the tools and the empowerment that they need. So that's a really good question, and that's a question that I think that all tech companies are dealing with right
Most
now.
certainly is, yes.
It's really one of the biggest challenges, and even outside of tech, it's a huge challenge retaining talented people. McKinsey years ago put out a very well-known brief called The War for Talent.
Yes, I remember that.
And there's reports that talk about like 30% of CEOs, one of their main concerns in their company is retaining their talent.
Yes, it is, yeah.
So companies use different strategies, to retain talent and to keep good people within the company and providing value. Obviously there's a competitive salary, there's benefits, there's a good working environment. We provide all that, but there needs to be something beyond that as well. I think that people need to be working with people that they're thrilled to come to work with.
That's for sure, yes.
Friendship. And for them, sometimes, companies can change, but the people you work with become almost like family. In that situation, there's a lot of loyalty. So we definitely are looking for people in Hong Kong that have the languages and the skills for mainland China and other regions in Asia as well. Again, we tend to hire Hong Kong locals, but we're not closed to people. Again, this is a philosophy of hiring. I would prefer to see who they are and the skills they bring to the table, and after look at any of the other things, like where they're from originally.
Yes.
And all their demographics. First, do you have what it takes? Do you have the horsepower?
That's it. Yeah.
I think I understand the question, but I think it relates really to the company's needs. And I think that in Leverett, as you know, there has been turnover, and we have had some people that have been key players in early stages of the company move on to other projects at later stages of the company. And each company in its different stage of development has different needs for the kind of people that will bring the company forward and bring the best value to their clients. So that goes back again to the turnover, to a point that I actually wanted to add, that turnover's not preventable. There will always be turnover, and to me, it's also bringing in new blood and new ideas into the organization. Turnover is not necessarily a bad thing. You have to understand who your key talents are, and you have to retain those as much as possible. And when you go ahead and hire somebody who's when somebody decides that they're going to leave, you can try to retain them if they're a key talent. But if you understand that they've brought a lot of value, they feel like it's time to move on, that's also legitimate. If they have a dream to start their own business, we wish them well. They leave on good terms, and they're ambassadors for our company.